Hi everyone, welcome to the vlog on the entrepreneurs and global we choose. My name is Nak Pimpa, live from CMMU, College of Management, Mindon University. A topic which is very important for all of us today is on the impact of COVID-19 as the disruption of supply chain, as well as its role in the economic and labor market worldwide. We realize that serious challenge with the real threat of significant decline in revenue, insolvency, and job losses occur, particular for small and medium enterprises or SME worldwide, including this part of the world in Thailand. And women, in particular, women in rural areas are those who suffer the consequences of these disruptions. So it is very important for government worldwide to try to think of a quick fix and long-term strategy in order to support groups of women who are actually the key part, the key member of our society. I look at research and collaborations in academy among university and social institutions worldwide. One that I think is quite relevant to what is the work from the IIRR, or the International Institute of Rural Reconstructions. They work with most of the agri-based SMEs in Africa and in Asia. The idea is to identify what constitutes business competitiveness among the female agri-based SME through capacity building training, looking at issues such as entrepreneurial skills and business management, for instance. The questions that they ask female entrepreneur in Africa and Asia is the simple one: what does the coronavirus really mean for their businesses? And the feedback's quite surprised to some of it, but not for some of us as well, including myself. Most of the women in two continents talk about the fact that they have been extremely stressed. They talk about low sales. They talk about the disruption of logistics, no market, of course, the close of the markets, limited mobility, no income alternative, as well as no safety nets. So what should be the issue for the government to talk about and to prepare, right? Now we think of the trajectory of rural development that has this change, and we also have to change ourselves. So must we? We should think differently and be ready to do business as unusual, not as usual, to help rural entrepreneurs, particularly female entrepreneurs, to cope with economic stresses amid this pandemic. Well, first of all, I think it is important that we need to strengthen the capacity of governments and private sector in order to revive safety nets and women-friendly supply chains for rural women-led SMEs to boost the entire nation business growth. The invariably requires that these rural women entrepreneurs become part of the digital economy. It is important that we have to use digital economy as the mantra to combat the risks from COVID-19 now. Safety nets include insurance products, pension schemes for women, leasing arrangements, agricultural finance, low value equity investment, or government to person e-payment options. And a digital cash transfer must be put in place for entrepreneur, particularly female SME in rural area. Second of all, I think embracing digital financial inclusion must be put in place because it can reduce mobility constraints caused by this COVID-19 pandemic. And with the unpredictable lockdowns, we don't know in terms of how long will it go for. It could be 5 years, 10 years, right? And as well as restrictions on mobility and person-to-person interaction. Digital financial service will enable rural women's ability to engage in financial transaction without having to travel outside of their own community, of the business, or of their home at all, right? So it's already there. You only have to make it available, not only as option, but make it available to everyone who lives in rural area. With the increased ownership of mobile phone this day, including female entrepreneurs or SME owners, I believe there is more opportunity for digital finance and mobile transactions. I also think that with the requirement for social distancing phenomena, the era of gathering rural people in groups for capacity building is over. We can't do it in the same way as we talk about capacity building for women or rural area as in the training programs. So development organizations should adapt to ICT-based capacity building. This includes providing digital, virtual mobile-based training and coaching, or as well as mentoring related to economic recovery, new digital marketing schemes and strategies, as well as new ways that they can use to communicate with their customers, suppliers, and more importantly is the concept of the digital financial literacy, which is important because they must be able to be access to loan to repay their debt through this financial system in the electronic domain. Even meeting of, I used to work for the project that focused on microfinance for women in the old days, 10 years ago. I was gathering in the community club. It used to be the event that took place in person or face-to-face. Now it has to evolve and embrace digitization in order to fit in the social distancing concept and practice. So we have to support the digitization of saving and credit groups as well. So this has resulted in the potential for increased saving culture, and it may be able to help decreasing the loan default due to real-time monitoring of individual saving and credit. Right. I think that with all of this situation, the unpredictability of the business environment due to COVID-19 and the requirement for social distancing behavior, we need to support rural business, particular female entrepreneur, to improve the ICT-based business continuity preparedness planning. Right. This should start with regulators, government or government officer at the village levels, from all different aspects, from finance, agricultural development, education, law and legal system, as well as financial institution, as well as the telecommunication companies that provide their service to the citizen of your country. Well, they need to put in place and enable infrastructure and drop the red tape around innovators to allow for the proactive regulatory framework for digital financial service to thrive in rural areas that are most underserved at the moment. Right, so this is the idea for me. What about you?